latches properly. I'm also make sure my seatbelt is not ripped or frayed. And before I do a safe start, I'm going to talk about my emergency equipment. My fire extinguisher is over here. It's properly mounted with the proper charge. I have 3 red reflective triangles between my passenger seat and my driver's seat. And I have spare fuses inside my glove box. Now I'm going to do a safe start. I'm going to make sure my truck is in neutral. My brakes are set. I'm going to engage my clutch. And I'm going to start my truck up. I made sure my ABS light went on and went off. Now I'm going to go from left to right. First thing I'm going to check is my passenger side mirror. It goes up, down, out, and in, working properly. My passenger side window mirror goes up, down, out, in, working properly. My driver's side window goes down, it goes up. Passenger window goes down, goes up. Now I'm going to talk about my lights. My low beams are working properly. My high beam indicator is working properly. My left signal is working properly. Right signal working properly. My 4-way flashers are working properly. This is my city horn. This is my air horn. And I'm doing my windshield wipers are working properly. My windshield washer fluid is also working properly. And I have no cracks or illegal stickers inside my windshield. Now I'm going to go into my gauges. My oil pressure is idling at 40 psi. My water temperature is at 125 Fahrenheit. My RPMs, resolutions per minute, is running at 600 RPMs. My speedometer, or miles per hour, is at 0 because we're not moving. My fuel is at a half a tank. My depth is at 3/4 of a tank. My primary and secondary air gauge is both reading at 125 psi. This is my parking brake. I'm going to put my foot on my service brake. I'm going to go over my fan speed. This is low, this is medium, and this is high. I'm going to check my defrost. Make sure that my defrost is working properly. I can feel it blowing. And I'm going to go to my feet and face. My feet vents is working properly. Also, my feet vents are also working properly. Now I'm going to do a lad test, which is called a leakage test. First thing I'm going to do is cut my truck off. Then I'm going to cut my key back forward to set my gauges. Now I'm going to let down my window so that I can hear. And what I'm going to do now is called a lad test, a leakage test. I'm going to push both my tractor protection valves in. I'm going to put my foot on the brake. I'm applying pressure. I'm listening for air inside of my dash and outside of my truck for no more than 4 pounds of pressure over the course of 1 minute, or 1 pound of pressure for every 15 seconds. My gauges are looking fine. I'm going to move on. I'm going to fan my brakes. When I get to 60 psi, my low pressure warning buzzer should sound. My low pressure warning buzzer came on at 60 psi, working properly. I'm going to continue to fan my brakes until my tractor protection valves pop out. And they should pop out at 45 psi. 45 psi, my tractor protection valves have popped out. It's working properly. Now I'm going to cut my truck back off. And I'm going to do a safe start. I always make sure I'm in neutral. My brakes are set. My clutch is in. My ABS light comes on and goes off for above check. I'm going to rev my motor up. I'm going to keep it in between 1,000 and 1,500 RPMs. And at 60 psi, the low pressure warning buzzer that you're hearing should cut off. 125 PSI, you're gonna hear my governor outside cut off. That was my governor coming off at 125 PSI. Now I'm gonna perform a spring brake test. I'm gonna check my tractor, my trailer handbrake, and my service brake in just that order. In order to do that, I'm gonna engage my clutch, put my truck in third gear. I'm gonna release my trailer brakes. I'm gonna ease up off my clutch until I feel a tug. Which I feel right there. Now I'm gonna push that in. Now I'm gonna check my trailer. You're gonna feel a bigger tug because she's ready to take off. I'm gonna ease up off my clutch. Working properly. Now I'm gonna push them both in. I'm gonna move a few feet. I'm gonna engage my clutch.